In the opening scene, we are introduced to a woman named Wee Da-in, who is jogging with her friend Seung-hee. During their conversation, they discuss relationships, with Seung-hee suggesting that it's important to date multiple people. However, Da-in holds a different perspective, as she is still emotionally attached to her ex-boyfriend, Jeon Jin-sok, even after their breakup. Da-in works as a designer in a private company, but unfortunately, she is often disregarded by her superior. She has been enduring this situation for years, but one day, she finally snaps. Da-in confronts her superior and calls him an idiot for being biased and arrogant. She then quits her job on the spot and storms out of the room. A few days later, Da-in gets a 2-month contract job at a company called Fly, where her 2 friends Young-ji and Seung-hee are employed. This brings great joy to the 3 friends, as they can now see each other every day at the office. On her first day at Fly, Young-ji and Seung-hee give Da-in a tour of the office, which turns out to be a shared space where different businesses, startups, and freelancers work together. However, Seung-hee, who often talks about love and dating, perceives the office as a prime place for romantic relationships and sees the workers as potential couples. After the office tour, she encourages Da-in to fall in love again, but the latter simply dismisses the suggestion. The following morning, Young-ji and Seung-hee attend a yoga class where they encounter an attractive man named Chae Sing-bom. Seung-hee is immediately captivated by him, so she approaches him, only to learn that he works at the Fly office. Shortly after, she asks Young-ji about his relationship status and learns that he is impotent. Later in the evening, Da-in and Seung-hee join their co-workers, including Sing-bom, for a drink. After consuming a few glasses of beer, Seung-hee and Sing-bom step outside for a smoke. While walking down an empty street, Seung-hee gives in to her desires and kisses him passionately. However, she suddenly remembers Young-ji's comment about Sing-bom and abruptly stops, creating an awkward moment. Seung-hee then returns to the bar, grabs her backpack and departs, leaving Da-in behind. A little while later, a man named Park Hyun-woo senses Da-in's loneliness and approaches her to keep her company. They decide to have dinner together at another restaurant where they get along in a short interval of time. During their conversation, Da-in expresses her concerns about her temporary job and her future. In response, Hyun-woo suggests that she go with the flow, just as he does. Since it's already December, he asks if she has any New Year's resolutions. Da-in shares that she desires to let go of her past and start a new life. Their conversation eventually gets intimate, and as a result, they end up making love at Hyun-woo's place. The following day at work, Yeon-ji introduces Da-in to her new team members, one of whom turns out to be her ex-boyfriend, Jin-sok. Da-in is already taken aback by this revelation, but the situation worsens when she discovers that her team leader is none other than Hyun-woo. Later on, she shares everything with Seung-hee, who finds it amusing and teases Da-in about having to spend 2 months with her ex-boyfriend and team leader at the same time. The very next day, Hyun-woo invites Da-in and Jin-suk to accompany him to a coffee shop. As they arrive at their destination, Da-in and Jin-suk realize that it's the same place they used to work together in the past. Da-in hesitates to enter because the coffee shop knows them and is aware of their past relationship. However, Hyun-woo insists that it's a growing brand that sells ready-to-drink products, which aligns with their objectives. Reluctantly, they enter the coffee shop, and Da-in discreetly signals the owner not to address them by names. While having their coffees, Da-in reminisces about the memories she shared with Jin-sok in this very shop, recalling how they first met and got closer there. After the coffee break, the team begins their research on various designs, and Da-in takes some pictures of their progress. Later, she shows the pictures to Jin-sok and Hyun-woo. While swiping through, she accidentally reveals the pictures of her dinner with Hyun-woo from the previous night, creating an awkward moment. However, Da-in quickly manages to change the topic, diffusing the tension. Following a long and stressful day, she returns home and unwinds with a chilled beer. On the other hand, Hyun-woo is unable to get Da-in out of his mind. He is currently at a restaurant with a friend who suggests that he should ask her out on a date. However, Hyun-woo lacks the courage to do so and sadly heads home, reminiscing about their time together the previous night. The next evening, Sing-bom approaches Seung-hee and asks why she abruptly left after kissing him that day. This leaves her momentarily speechless, and she quickly makes up an excuse about having urgent work. He then invites her for a drink, and although hesitant, she agrees. Sing-bom takes her to his friend's live music show and offers her a drink before they enjoy the performance. The love song that they hear is so captivating that it slowly changes Seung-hee's mood, leading to a romantic atmosphere. She finds herself enjoying Sing-bom's company and is glad she decided to go out with him. Before parting ways, he expresses his genuine enjoyment of their time together, bringing happiness to her. Meanwhile, as Da-in leaves the office late after a long day of work, she is approached by Jin-sok. He expresses his happiness at seeing her again and confesses that he has been thinking about her every day since their breakup. Unexpectedly, he asks if there's a chance for them to reconcile, leaving her shocked and unsure how to respond. However, before she can answer, their conversation is interrupted by Hyun-woo, who returns her earring, stating that she had forgotten it at his place. This startles Diane, and she is unsure how to handle the situation. Thinking quickly, she pretends that she left the earring in Hyun-woo's car while they were on their way to the coffee shop earlier. In order to hide their secret one-night stand from Jin-sok, she signals Hyun-woo to support her lie, which he understands and plays along. The following day during lunch break, Seung-hee asks Diane how it feels to work with her ex-boyfriend in her one-night stand. Diane sadly admits that it serves as a chilling reminder of forgotten memories. Their conversation is interrupted by Sing-bom, who walks in to invite them to a New Year's Eve party the following week. Diane says that she won't be able to attend because she already has business plans with Hyun-woo, but Seung-hee agrees to join the party. In the next scene, Hyun-woo and his team are in a meeting discussing the selection of a design for their client's brand. When they are unable to find a suitable option, Diane boldly proposes the idea of rebranding. Her suggestion surprises everyone, who initially shows reluctance due to looming deadlines. However, Diane encourages them to think positively and assures them that they can achieve their goal if they are dedicated. Now, with the increased workload, Diane starts staying overnight in the office, working tirelessly. On Christmas Eve, Diane is working late when Hyun-woo approaches her with a cake as a Christmas gift. They take a break from work to enjoy the cake together. During their conversation, the team leader praises Diane's courageous decision to pursue rebranding and expresses his confidence in her abilities. As they talk further, Hyun-woo shares his past experiences at his previous company, where he was limited by traditional methods and lacked the opportunity to explore new ideas. This resonates with Diane, as it reflects a situation that led her to quit her previous job. Motivated by their shared perspective, they decide to work through the night on the rebranding project. In the morning, Jin-sok and Yeonji arrive at the office only to find Diane and Hyun-woo sleeping at their respective desks. Yeonji assumes that they spent the night at the office, which triggers a hint of jealousy in Jin-sok's heart, although he doesn't show it on his face. After working hard at the office without taking breaks, Diane's health starts to deteriorate and she falls ill with a cold. Concerned about her well-being, Hyun-woo insists that she go home early and take the rest of the day off. The same evening, Diane is resting at home when she hears the doorbell ring. Upon answering it, she finds Jin-sok standing there with fruits and medicines for her. He enters her house and prepares a hot drink for her, just as he used to do in the past. He kindly reminds her to take her medicine on time and then leaves. Shortly after Jin-sok's departure, Diane receives a call from the security guard notifying her that someone has left a package for her. She goes outside to collect it, and upon returning to her room, she receives a text from Hyun-woo indicating that he was the one who left the package. Their conversation continues via text, with Hyun-woo expressing his wishes for her speedy recovery. Surprisingly, his messages bring a smile to Diane's face, hinting that she may have developed feelings for him. In the following scene, Diane and Hyun-woo are presenting their rebranding proposal to the client. Diane exudes confidence and leads the presentation exceptionally well, ultimately persuading the client to accept their proposal. Witnessing her success, Hyun-woo feels a great sense of pride for her and her remarkable work. The scene then shifts to a New Year's Eve party where Seung-hee is seen approaching different guys until Sing-bom catches her attention. Following this, they move to an empty staircase and kiss passionately. Meanwhile, Hyun-woo and Da-in are heading back from their meeting. During their ride, Hyun-woo brings up Jin-sok and wonders if Da-in has known him for a long time. However, the latter chooses not to disclose their past relationship and simply refers to them as good colleagues. After a while, they stop at a beach, and Hyun-woo gathers the necessary equipment to prepare a snack for the evening. As they eat, they engage in conversation, during which Hyun-woo mentions that he has made a New Year's resolution to confess his feelings to someone he likes. To Diane's surprise, he starts opening up about his emotions. He expresses his happiness at reconnecting with her after their night together, and admits that he developed strong feelings for her and wanted to learn more about her ever since. Finally, he takes a leap and proposes that they start a new chapter together. This leaves Diane speechless, and sensing her nervousness, Hyun-woo quickly changes the subject, trying to put her at ease. Following this, the two continue their journey back to the office. As soon as they arrive, Diane receives a text message from Jin-sok summoning her outside. She excuses herself and goes to meet her ex-boyfriend. Jin-sok is seen waiting for her with a gift box in his hand, as her birthday is approaching. He presents the box to her and begins pouring his heart out, expressing regret for his past mistakes. Jin-sok mentions that he has a strong desire to reconcile with her and live a happy life together once again. However, Diane is overwhelmed with emotions and breaks down in tears, remembering the pain she endured after their breakup. She asks why he's doing so now that she is trying to move on. In an attempt to comfort her, Jin-sok leans in for a kiss. Unfortunately, Hyun-woo witnesses the scene from a distance and is devastated. He walks away, heartbroken. Seeing this, Diane chases after him, desperately trying to stop him, but he departs, bidding her a final Happy New Year. Now caught between two lovers, Da-in is left in tears, feeling torn and uncertain about what to do next. The day after New Year, everyone is back to work, but things are not the same as before. Hyun-woo distances himself from Da-in, leaving her upset. One day, she meets Jin-sok at a coffee shop to discuss their personal matters. She musters up the courage to express that she had been doing everything he said until things turned in a different way. Da-in admits that their relationship is like a puddle, where the more she loves him, the deeper she sinks in it. As a result, she doesn't want to go back to the same puddle, which she took a whole year to come out from. When Jin-sok tries to persuade her otherwise, she confesses that she slept with Hyun-woo, leaving him speechless. Da-in then returns the birthday gift he gave her earlier and departs. Meanwhile, Singbom and Sung-hee are at his place having an intimate evening. It becomes evident that he doesn't suffer from impotence, which brings great joy to Sung-hee. 2 months pass by, and Sky Company starts to work on their new project called One Coffee. The client expresses their satisfaction with the team's work and hopes for further success. Unfortunately, Da-in's contract is nearing its expiration date. On her last day at work, she approaches Hyun-woo and expresses her gratitude for his support throughout her work journey at Sky. Da-in also shares her decision to embrace her New Year resolution of starting a fresh life and leaving the past behind. After this, they shake hands before parting ways. In the final scene, Hyun-woo encounters Da-in in an office elevator. She reveals that she will be working there as a freelancer. Furthermore, she extends an invitation to dinner, but he remains silent. They gaze at each other for a moment and then smile at each other, implying that they have bridged the gap between them.